Okay, there we go. Welcome to War Commander Unshackled. On this edition, we're going to talk about the future of War Commander. For tonight's panel, we have Future Ruiner, Nutcracker, Zachary, and myself, Ghost Rider. We're going to go through the notes for a little bit and then and discuss everybody's questions, concerns, so forth. And we have Destry.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Kidding you?
Doing good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and
I may have to mute up with my kids, but
oh, you're fine. Yeah, go ahead and mute up if they're too loud. Let me go ahead and. All right. So for the release notes for today, the following changes and fixes are being applied in the Wednesday of. Well, let me. Okay, the following changes and fixes are being applied on the Wednesday, June 5th update. Let me also make sure I'm presented too.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. A little crazy today. We've had stuff going on for school and all that. All right, building a sale. The sun is shining and the sectors are scorching. This is a great time to ramp up production and take advantage of the summer's first building sale. Check out the building sale briefing for a full breakdown of the on sale buildings. The Chopper Company Boss Base. The Chopper Company Boss Bases are now blitzable. This is your chance to claim the rare elite parts for the upcoming Chopper Company. Need a reminder of what's up for grabs? The Chopper Company is three advanced helicopters equipped with guided missiles that work havoc from above. Challenge bases. Calling all commanders with a keen eye, the challenge bases are getting a facelift. We are mixing things up a bit and changing the template to all current challenge bases. Hopefully, this new template provides you a great challenge. And okay, so unit based awards. We've simplified the process of collecting Gen 1 and Gen 2 units and tech. We've merged the old tech bases in with the unit bases, and better yet, we've made them pay out both tech and units when successful. We've also increased the number of units paid out across the bases. In Gen 1 bases, will see an increase in tech paid out. It's never been easier to build up your Gen 1 and Gen 2 forces. Gear Store update. The Gear Store is getting another update. Thank God. And of course, that comes with a new content. Check out the awesome rollout that is added to War Rig and allows it to deploy technicals and hammer for support. This is just one example of the new content. Check out the Gear Store update briefing for an overview of the new goodies available. And for the bug fixes, they said the range displayed for telemetry boosted turret is not showing buffed range, and the UI has been updated to reflect that buff range. The player seeing their own faction walls when scouting another player fixed. I didn't even know that was an issue. Infamy drip stopped if players relocate, which is fixed. Event HUD blocks are broken, which is fixed. Now, did you want to explain that infamy drip?
Yeah, it was broken for a little while, and the infamy drip is when you remain open, you gain infamy. Works. I think we worked it out roughly at 10 an hour. My ult, I hit one base, got 100, and left it to see what happened, and now it is working, and it's gained infamy and not even done anything. It's just the fact that it's open.
Right.
So as long as you're not bubbled, you will gain infamy. So if you're open overnight, you go to bed, you wake up, you'll have more infamy than you went to bed with.
Right.
I was wondering because that happened to me, and I was like, "What the hell happened?"
Yeah, it's a passive infamy is what we call it. Passive infamy, not drip. So it means that the longer you stay open, the more infamy you will get. I'm not sure what it is if you're in the say 8,000 mark, but when you get up in the high level infamy bracket, it works out about 10 infamy an hour.
That's what I figured. You don't really get that much until you get past 8K. And
Yeah.
I was doing some testing, and even at 14K, you can hit level 3. You can hit somebody has, 0 base level 3 versus somebody that has, say, 1,000 infamy on their base. I still only get 80 per shot, per base.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me think that the ones that got over 100,000 are probably getting fed somehow, like people going out and coming back, or probably a bank, maybe.
Well, Storm just said the amount of infamy you get is related to the amount of infamy you have. Yeah, we've known about that. We know that it's a done thing, but it was broke for a little while, and we're just explaining that. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Um. All right. Future. Did you want to read the next one?
All right. We have the gear store update, everybody. New Liberty or Death in the gear store type is a spec op applied to the command center. When you trigger it and your base is attacked, Liberty or Death spawns 20 level 20 Liberators. The duration is 12 hours and it can be yours for 10,000 medals. We have the rollout. The type is component training manual applied to the war rig. It adds a convoy of survivors units. At level 1, it adds a normal technical. At level 2, it adds a Rocket Man technical. At level 3, it adds a Burning Man technical. At level 4, it adds another Rocket Man technical. At level 5, it adds another Burning Man technical. At level 6, it adds a hammer. Could have used a screwdriver, but a hammer will do. And it fits into the slot of convoy, and it can be yours for 500,000 medals.
Oh boy.
So
And
all
that was
these
great.
prizes can be yours if the price is right.
The the technicals in base, not technicals. The liberators in base isn't too bad because survivors didn't really have a lot in the gear store it could use.
Right.
So it's not too bad for survivors factions. The rollout, if you use the war rig like you're supposed to, it's not really that good a deal
Oh. Okay.
because you don't target with a war rig. It's a rollover unit. You're rolling over the base. You're smashing stuff as you move. So this tech isn't really that good for using it as it should be used. Because the other thing as well, we haven't got a lot of room on them. You got to take tech off to put this on. And I'm not changing the tech I've got for something that's not really going to help the war rig do what it's supposed to do, which is drive really fast right through the base. So yeah, I agree with Erwin Rommel. Not impressed. Sorry, Storm.
Yeah. They got a lot of good ops. my thing of it is, when are they going to change the stuff that's considered as things that have been out for 3 or 4 months to also include like technical tokens and stuff like that? Or are they going to do it, or if it's going to be a long while before they do it?
Well, there's some stuff in there that's irrelevant now,
Yeah.
and it does need addressing, obviously, but that comes over time because they have a schedule to keep to. They haven't got time to do it all. They can only do so much at a time, which is why we only got these one or two at a time being added. They can't do everything all the time. They can only do so much at a time. But I mean, there's stuff in there in the special ops that it's. I mean, like the hookers. Nobody uses those anymore.
I use those hookers.
I don't.
Just pay them $1.
I use
We
top shelf.
we
The only
use
thing I
hookers all
use
the
is
time.
top shelf. VIP room. Why is that still in there?
Well, that I can
You know,
understand.
it's just pointless. Slow mo. Pointless.
Or the five of the special forces unit.
Yeah. It's just nobody uses those.
Right.
Is
I mean,
is is Storm still paying attention? And if
well, of
so,
course
are
it
we
is.
are
Yeah.
are we ever gonna get our shit.
Are
the
we ever
other
going to
chop
get?
the other chopper one that we had, the um one that it took away from us?
No, no, no. You mean the drop ships?
Yes.
That will never come back
I don't understand why it wouldn't.
because it's so glitched and it's so exploitable. That
Why?
will never come back. So you might as well just forget that.
Right.
Seriously, you might as well just forget it.
I mean, it was a great concept. I mean, unfortunately, it was took advantage of. But
It was a good concept, but it got exploited. I mean, the players are the best players to find a gap and exploit with a unit or a tech or a special op.
you're talking,
We are the best at it.
if
And if
you go
there's one there, we will find it.
if you go back a few months or so, and we talk about the Ring of Fire and all that stuff, that dropship was the key to the Ring of Fire.
No, it wasn't. The Ring of Fire was easy to break.
Well, yeah, I mean
If
it
you knew
was.
how to play the game, it was a dead easy thing to break. It was a tactic which was good to use.
Right.
Yeah, and Storm Chaser said, yeah, not going to bring back that. Top shelf was
It,
the compromise.
yeah, top shelf's compromise, but the top shelf I like, but it's its direction on the map I do not like. We're still stuck with this stupid direction
Mm-hmm.
where it hugs the base. It doesn't take the most direct route.
No.
So it is still taking ages to get across the map sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if you understand the point of that, what I'm saying, Storm, but it will go all the way around an obstacle to get somewhere else rather than just skirt around it
well,
because it's hugging your base as
I'm
it goes.
cheap. I'm a cheap bastard. I will take the 1,000 instead of paying the 5,000.
Now, I've always got 3 of those ready to go every time.
Now liberty or death. I guess I'll have to decide whether or not that is of use to me because of what I have in the base. The seek and destroy, I think, was an excellent idea. A little pricey, but I think it was excellent. Top shelf, definitely. A lovely day. Not exactly sure. I'm kind of on that because I haven't really found anything that it doesn't like just die quickly on. Um, Enter the Draken. I could see where that could be of use to probably the newer players.
Which one, sorry?
Enter the Draken, where you have
Oh, the Drakens it's a good
15
it's a good op.
Drakens.
Yeah, that's a fairly
Yeah,
recent one though.
yeah.
But things like VIP room and everything, it just shouldn't be there anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, I've used the technical drift before, and that's pretty interesting. Keeping the Titans in, I guess that's fine for players who like the Titans and their bases. Skyfall is actually pretty good. You get 4 level 20 Apollos in your base, and that's actually been very helpful.
No, I would never use that because it would compromise my faction.
Yeah, well, I've gotten to the point where I decided that, I'm not gonna worry about the faction. um, the Hand of Malashi has always been very useful. Master Loot, I hope they don't get rid of that anytime soon.
I never use it, believe it or not.
Well, I use it occasionally, just because it's helpful and I'm lazy.
It's good if you're in a hurry.
Yeah, exactly. If you're lazy and in a hurry. Um, Now the jumbo jet with the metal and oil, I guess that's okay if you want to keep metals.
No. Jumbo jet is relevant again
I would
Oh,
say
okay.
it is relevant.
because use it for the Gen 2 res.
Okay, for the Gen 2 vest. Okay,
Yeah, it's very relevant.
for that. All right.
And so's the other one, which one I forgot. But it's relevant for it. I mean, I am full of Gen 2 res. I don't need any. I've not any of those bases for a while.
And the forward op base, yeah, that's still relevant. I think they could get rid of the VIP room, the one where
The VIP room is it's just pointless. It
Yeah.
really is. I mean, you go into the new Bastion bases now, like the number 2, and there's Vipers in there. Nobody takes any notice of them because they're useless.
I say Viper's going to become one of them legendary units in time anyway. So
Yeah, most likely. But I mean, the only thing the last 3 I would keep, between the VIP room, the slow mo, and it's electric, I would just keep it's electric and replace the other 2 eventually.
Right. Okay. Storm Chaser's just confirmed the jumbo jet does not work on the new deposits. Fine. Okay. It works on it all in matter. So why is it still in there?
Exactly.
I still got dragon. I got dragon.
Why didn't you break it?
Yeah, it should work on anything.
Well,
Jumbo jet.
Before they replaced the Scorpion King, I bought me 2. I still have 2 Scorpion Kings.
Look, I know guys that still got dropships.
Well, right next to that is the Hand of God still, but
Well, now
So what's next?
What does
Rolling
everybody
Thunder.
think about the Stillfront group buying Hickside? What's everybody's thoughts on that?
I think it's a positive thing. Very positive. It can only be good for the game. It's a game that could have died by Christmas that has now got at least 5 years on it. Just added at least another 5 years onto it.
Yeah, we've actually been through game companies that have been purchased by other game companies. When we played a different game through Big Point, they got bought out by a Chinese company, and things actually got better for a lot of things. So definitely, I'm not fearing this, not dreading it. I think War Commander is going to be around for a long, long time.
It will be now, and I don't think we'll see any massive changes instantly. We'll probably see small changes over a long period of time. You'll see the format changing to the way they want it to go, but that will come over time.
But on the upside, it's going to keep going.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, the game keeps going on.
Yeah, and this is what it will do. It's definitely a positive thing, I think. I mean, the fact that they paid 90 million and another 30 million to come if they perform right, and the company that bought them didn't sell shares to get the money, they borrowed the money from the bank.
Exactly.
And the way it's going to be paid back, they've really done a good job of doing that right.
Oh yeah, and keeping players informed too. Um,
So Storm Chaser's giving us a little tip there. Master Loot will be disappearing at some time or other.
oh good, good. Well, hopefully it'll be
So if you got
replaced.
one, save it.
Hopefully it'll be replaced with something that you know the metal and oil bases that can actually produce
Well,
just about as much.
yeah, you just said there would be Gen 2 producers for metal and oil.
Okay. Okay, good.
When are we getting the oil Gen 2 then, Storm? Can you tell us? Is that next week? We thought we were getting it today.
Next year.
Yeah, that's supposed to come in on Tuesday. That's it.
Well, we need to wait for that one. So,
Yeah. Well, what does everybody think about? Oh, he said no ETA on that one yet. Okay. So, what does everybody think about these new advanced depots?
I hate to say it, but I've sussed them out quite easily now. Took a little while, but I've got them sussed out. They can be done free repair. I mean, realistically, any base can be done free repair or even less because kicks make it that way, but we don't figure them out that way.
Right.
We take damage because we don't know how to take them, without getting damage. But you can do them now, and I've worked out that you can do them for free repair.
Well, people have to resort to that these days because when you maximize your storage space for, say, for instance, one tune of air, for example, you practically almost have to coin it or just sit and wait nearly 2 days before you can use it again.
Yeah. That's a question I'd like to ask Storm Chaser is if we have another Gen 2 producer, like for instance oil eventually, will our capacity to hold more of this res go up? Or will it stay at 50? As you know, we always want more.
Yeah.
It's like the medals, 1 million, it's not big enough anymore. We need
That's-
a bigger.
That's what he said.
No plans to raise it. Right, okay. But we need to raise everything in the game,
Right?
including medals.
Metals could be easily going up to 2 million. I
2
think that'd be
million, yeah,
nice.
easily.
I mean, because if we get like 600 to 800K for just this payout, and we have like 200, over 200K already there, some of it's going to be lost.
Yeah. Evening, Debo. Good to see you, mate.
Hey, Devo. Well, what is everybody's thoughts as far as Warpath? Not Warpath, the PvP.
It might as well be a warpath.
It might as well be, yeah, because it's almost set up just like it. What is everybody's thoughts on this PvP so far? Destry?
I haven't played too much, but I'm kind of liking everything I'm seeing. It's I like the changes.
Do you like all the changes, or is there anything that you got?
No, I like them all. I
Okay.
think it's kind of cool.
All right. Future Ruiner?
Well, I've managed to make it out and get about 3,000 infamy, and got some medals. Haven't quite decided what I want to buy yet, but again, as the noob on the team, it's given me something to play with and to get me into that PvP aspect. A lot of games, new players in a PvP environment, they're not even going to try because they're just clearly outmatched by a person that's been there for 6 months, a year, 3, 5, 10 years. They just the new players just don't even try. But with the new equipment, yeah, I'm out there. I'm going for it.
Well, it's more so of what you have with the new equipment, the text that you have attached to it, and skill.
Yeah, well, skill will come later.
Don't worry, I'll teach you. Jess, what do you think of it so far?
Now, I've never really bothered with all these depots, and I probably maybe one of each, but I just can't be bothered with them.
And what do you think about the PvP season so far?
Now, it's alright to me. I'm in a neutral.
Oh, you're neutral.
Yeah.
Like
Mm,
damn if you do, damn if you don't.
pretty much.
So you don't see any pros or cons. Just
I mean, it is the usual as before to me. It yeah.
okay. Nutcracker, your views on this PvP season?
It's a tester. Kickstarter's given it as a tester. It will change at the end of the month when the season ends. It's sort of killed PvP because we've had high levels jump in, and I look at them, and I've got nearly 34k in for me, and I look at the base, and I get 146 off it. Then I look at the 2 level 20s near him. Hit both those, and I get more than what I would hitting him and getting massive amount of damage. And that's what's happening. I mean, Kickstarter's analytics is probably saying, "Yay, PvP's up big time," but it's because we're all hitting lower bases. We're not PvPing as we should be. Everybody's given up on it. I've gone to sectors and they go, "Oh yeah," and they just leave me alone because they're not interested because they get more hitting a dead base.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We need to clear the dead bases off the map, make it genuine PvP. We've been saying this for a long, long time. I mean, okay, I've got a level 5 in front of me now that I've just found, and I get 80 off it.
Yeah.
And you got a super big coiner player, level 50, like for instance, Scooby. I'll get 146 off him. And he's got quite a bit of infamy, but that's all I get off him. What am I going to hit?
Yeah. I
The
found that
level
too.
5. The level 5.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
He come into sector, nobody hit him. He didn't hit anybody. And we just chatted
Yeah.
because that's what we do now. It's pretty much kill PvP.
Yeah. I
But
have to
it would
agree.
definitely change next season. This is a tester. Kickstarter's trying it out, see what we do. We find that we always find the exploits. We always find the way around it. That's what players do. That they're good at things like that. Kickstarter not. We find them, and Kickstarter go, "Oops," and they change it again. It's pretty simple logic on that one.
Yeah, a lot of it expands even so far as to getting some of these parts for like when we were getting the Elite Romero, and there was just only one little piece that was a glitch that all you had to do was hit that and you got it. And some of these other bases are like that, and PvP is like that. And it's just there's always going to be a bug somewhere. It seems like, but I mean, I guess that's just the whole part of trying to make the game better, not worse. It's just they they're dealing with, I guess, a particular UI that's a little bit sensitive, and they just got to get it, straightened out. Whenever they do the maintenance, and didn't maintenance take a little bit longer this time than last time? I don't know. I fell
It
asleep.
was extremely long. It was over 3 hours.
Yeah,
They
I
had
fell
they
asleep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was definitely
they
long.
had a problem with something they were doing, and rather than put the game back up with the problem, they kept it down until they fixed it, which is what we would prefer anyway.
Yeah, better to have a little bit of extra downtime than to be frustrated for hours
Yeah,
on end
yeah.
On Discord, Kicks Lyle. I guess that's how you say his name.
Somebody banned Scooby off Discord. He's saying, "Good luck, everybody." He's not going to bother with the community anymore.
Aw.
Discord isn't the be all end all anyway.
Yeah.
It's good for getting your point across.
There's a lot of people who've been banned off of Discord and opened up
And
another one and came back.
yeah, you just go on with another one. I had somebody crying on my Discord that they got banned on there. And I mean crying. And I'm like, just make another
Yeah,
account. Simple.
exactly.
Just do that. You use it for what you need to use it for. Simple.
Yeah, I mean,
You get a problem, you can go on there. You know, the likes of Storm Chaser's always on there. He will answer your questions.
yeah,
You get a problem in your base, you go on there, you click official Kicks Eye. They all see it.
yep.
And it all helps.
You
It's
can
still
always
worth
PM.
keeping.
My favorite two people is Light Touch and Storm Chaser, or Storm Chaser's on top for me as far as a liking, but Light Touch is second, and I usually message one or the other or both, and they usually try to find the answer or direct me to somebody else that will.
Yeah.
They're pretty good about it.
And I will say-
Armageddon's sorry.
Okay. No, you go ahead.
Armageddon just said, you see, I agree with that, blah, blah, blah. No pop when hitting tunes is crap. Only using PvP air to attack. This is a biggie for me. I had to say it last week. But the point of this is, I don't get, because you don't pop, but you're PvPing.
Yeah,
And
Zach
you're
said,
only allowed to use PvP air. I
Yeah.
do not see the logic in that.
I don't either. And Zachary said it's just another PvP season with him, with more bonuses. And personally, I'm just trying it out just to see if what changes that we could suggest. But I mean, when is Warpath? Isn't it on the 28th?
It is late month, but yeah.
So what I'm wondering is what are they going to do for that since they got so much that's going to be paid out for this? Is it going to be the same or more?
Well, we don't. It's going to be less because it's a standard warpath. It's not an ultra,
Okay, so it's
so
going to
it'll
be
be the
like 1 hit per
standard.
person.
So you'll get 6 blood thoriums.
That's max.
Sorry,
All right, talk about max.
not
Like-
talking about max.
No, max fail on the 6.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
the max payout will be 6
okay, so it won't be like
because
it was
it's the
last time
normal.
where it was
It's the
double.
normal warpath, not an ultra, which was a double. Yeah, which means
Okay.
you get 12.
Okay,
This isn't an ultra. The next one, it's just a normal one, so you'll only get 6.
okay. I think I know who just said that. The 28th is Warpath. It's personally, I think this PvP season is going okay. I know a lot of people have quit. A lot of people are disgruntled about it. They don't seem to realize that even in the notes it just says, for 1 month.
People are rage quitting, which is the wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
Don't
Because
rage quit.
Storm
Think
Yeah.
about what you're doing first before you
the
quit.
next one's intended to be ultra.
oh, okay. So next one is still intended to be Ultra. He's talking about Warpath.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't say that on the calendar, but thank you, Storm Chaser.
Okay.
So that means we get 12.
Okay, good.
And Ghazi asking whether we go to HTML5.
Well, that's what the note said whenever the
How long's a piece of string?
Hmm.
We've been told that Battle Pirates has gone to HTML5,
right.
but there is no proof of it. So, us going to HTML5, don't hold your breath.
Well, they said that they might, or that they were looking into it for.
Well, we're supposed to be in transition.
Yeah.
But Battle Pirates allegedly is supposed to have already gone to HTML5, but there is no proof of that.
He says we're still working on moving off of Flash. It is going to a very strong, long transition though. So like probably 3 years later.
Well, no, it can't be 3 years later because in 2 years' time, well, less than 2 years' time, we won't have Flash.
Yeah,
It,
that's true.
it's next year.
Yeah.
Is the official end of Flash.
Well, it's not
Adobe's
official end of Flash. It's the official end of support for Flash.
well,
Oh,
right, but
You
yeah,
still be able to use Flash, but it will
but
not be supported anymore.
yeah. So you're not going to get bug patches and anything like that. So if
No.
you're using it in your browser, you're just asking for it.
Yeah, you're asking for trouble. So it needs to be done in the next 12 months.
yeah.
With the buyout, hopefully the money will be there for that to happen. We don't know. We'll have to see. That's a
Well,
wait and see question.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they're paying like what 90 million to take over Kickside Games.
It was 90 million the initial payment with an extra 30 million for performance.
Okay,
People will quit too much grinding the game. You'll find that whatever game you play, it's the same.
right.
You still have to grind no matter what you're bloody playing.
Yep.
Yep, and as we will tell you personally, if you spend money and then all of a sudden there's a gold sale and you want to complain about, well, you wish you knew ahead. It's your choice to spend it when you want or wait for that gold sale. So it's not Kickstarter's fault if you get upset because it
Coining is a
happens.
choice.
Exactly.
You either
Mhm.
do or you don't. It's as simple as that. If you
Exactly.
moan about costs of things,
There's always Candy
it's
Crush.
academic.
Okay.
It doesn't count because it's your choice.
Yeah, anytime any game whatsoever, if it's free to play, there's going to be an extreme grind element to it. Yes, you could pay down your wait times, but again, that's your choice. Do it if you've got the extra cash. Don't spend your rent money or whatever to just coin your repairs or what have you. Be responsible with your spending as always, but it's still your choice to pay down your times. You can wait it out.
Damn,
Yeah,
I can't
simple.
buy diapers because like I had to buy gold. Son of a bitch.
This game, I mean, I play it a lot, and I mean a lot. My hours on this game, you wouldn't believe. It's a game of patience. Sit and wait. Simple as that. Sit and wait.
Is that why you don't ever get any sleep?
Yeah. And Gaz is asking again another good question. Any new servers being planted for War Commander after Stillfront transition? People have been playing. Great. We're going to get servers in Europe now because they're in Europe. It may not happen. You're not going to see this overnight. If it does happen, it will take a long, long time. But personally, I don't think it'll happen at all.
I mean, you really got to give it to Kickside. I mean, I've got multiple game consoles here that I could shut the computer off and go set up on my damn TV. Not cost me a damn dime other than electric to run it. But yet, where do I sit? In front of War Commander. So, I mean, they've got a hell of a draw on the game itself. So, I mean, you really got to hand it to them.
And what makes people come back the most is friends.
Yeah, it's the
Chat.
community is why we play.
Right.
I've been playing since the start, 7, 8 years now. And the only reason I'm still playing is for the community, my friends I've made.
Yeah.
Play
I mean,
War Game, you meet friends and you know, there and so forth. I mean, you meet frenemies and etc.
Frenemies.
Yeah.
That's what I call them.
It's well known within the gaming community that if, say, for instance, a group of friends transition to another game, they'll all go.
Yeah.
Right.
And the game community know this.
Well, over the
So,
years, I found people that have come over to here from
well,
Dark
Battle
Orbit
Pirates. Yeah, I'm Battle Pirates. I
and
mean,
Battle Pirates. Yeah.
Battle Pirates, a whole clan came from there to here.
Yeah.
They all moved together. And
I think
that's what
that's awesome.
happens in the game community.
Well,
And it's a niche that nobody's really sort of jumped on, whereas you can gain more people by getting a whole group rather than one or two.
Yeah, plus this game is easier on the eyes and it's just easier to deal with because it's just so much like some of the other games that Future and I have worked with over the years, and the fact that it's human against human and not like Protoss and all this other stuff. I mean, it just makes it easier on the eyes. The only thing that I just wish that I'm hoping that if we do get off of Flash, that means that we'll have less DCs because that's just getting annoying and more frequent. Yeah.
Uh, DC Flash, one big tip: every 5 actions, refresh.
Yeah.
You will get less DCs. So, in other words, if you go into your base, that's 1 action. If you hit a base, that's 2 actions. If you hit another base, that's 3 actions, so on and so on. And once you get to 5, just refresh, and you won't get any DCs.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask you before to clarify, we were talking about the infamy gain. You said it was 10 per hour,
Roughly, yeah, that's what we worked it out at.
and that's if you get above what 8K or so.
I don't know the figure that gives you that, but when you got high infamy, you get 10 per hour.
Now, do you have to be on during that time, or does that include
No,
when
it
you're
just
off?
it's passive.
Okay.
It's as long as you're open.
Okay.
If you're in a bubble, you don't get it. But if you're out of a bubble, whether you're online or not, that's what you get.
Okay. I can fix that for you if you want me to.
No.
What sex are you in? I'll be right over.
I'll tell you after.
You can close me right up, huh?
Thankfully, a guy just said that, not another girl. Hello.
I wasn't even going to answer that one.
Well, does anybody have any questions, comments, grievances, whatever? Before
I'd
we
like
wrap
to
this up.
know what everybody's thoughts are on this infamy season. What do they think of the payouts and the way it's gone? What would you like to see changed? What would make it better? What would make it worse?
I don't know. It's just because every time I've tried to ask a question regarding to this PvP season, they've already made up their minds to quit. And then other people will put what they want added to it, but not where it involves the PvP season itself, like the points. What I'm trying to figure out is what upsets people the most, that makes them want to quit. Besides the fact that they forget that this is only 1 month. They're
Well,
testing this out.
yeah, definitely. This is what I said earlier. It's 1 month. Come on, hang on, guys, wait.
Yeah, I
But
mean, just take a break if you
people,
have to.
people were getting frustrated and wanting to quit. Were just waiting for an excuse, and this was their excuse.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Some
Yeah.
rage quit, but some were just waiting for an excuse to quit, and this was their excuse. It's as simple as that. But those type of people will come back.
And most people that if something so tiny will set them off to quit, it's just like you've said, they've already made up their mind a long time ago.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
they're
because
just
they have
waiting for the right
friends.
excuse.
Yeah, maybe they have friends or something like that. It's like, oh, just come on, just stick around, and and then they use this one little thing to say, look, I have tried and tried and tried, and this is it. This is the last straw. I'm gone. You really can't do that to yourself. I mean, here I am, a 3-week-old player, and I'm jumping into it. Whereas in other games of a similar fashion, I would have sat it out because it wouldn't have been nothing for me.
Right.
People are quitting because the game got sold, because the company got sold, Kickside.
But they don't
It's,
realize
it's just pointless.
but they don't realize all this is a change of hands, nothing else.
Yeah, it's pointless. It's just an excuse for them to quit. But those type of people will be back.
If they quit over Kickside being sold, they were going to quit regardless. So
Yeah.
Yeah. but
And
that's the type that will come back.
and the reason why I agree with Nut is because I have been watching the ones that have said, like in our sector, which ones have said that they are going to quit, and I'll peek into their bases using scouting, and they're still upgrading, still doing this, still doing that. They're just remaining quiet and out of the pages and this, that, and the other. But even they know if they fully quit, they're going to fall so far behind. They're going to have to wait for some sort of pack to come out to buy to get caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armageddon's just said, for God's sake, clear the dead bases. Yeah, I said that earlier, mate.
Yeah, he did.
I was
Trust me.
way ahead of you.
And
I've been saying that for a long, long time.
and BJ's, yeah, I don't play on Game Room. I've tried before. I never really did like Game Room. I just like logging in either through Kickside site or Facebook, but usually Facebook. Um, Let me see if we have anything other. Okay. All right. Well, on that note, anything else, or y'all want to go through shoutouts? Everybody's starting to mute up.
Everybody hears crickets.
I guess we'll go ahead and do shoutouts to wrap this thing up. Destry, you want to go ahead and start?
Sure I can. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Nice talking with you guys. Nice being on the night. Kixeye, I'm always gonna prompt them. You know, like I said, I got mad respect for Kixeye. Didn't used to, but here in the last few years, I got a lot of respect for them. I like the way the game's headed. I know I don't agree with everybody else, but I mean, it's subject to change. You know, like Nut said, this is a trial for the PvP, so just keep up the good work. Let's see where the hell we go with it.
Yeah, future Runer.
Well, yeah, and definitely want to add on to that Kickside shout out because you can't please everybody. You know,
Right.
you make a change, it's gonna make some people happy. It's gonna totally piss off somebody else, and you know that's always something that you're going to run into, no matter what change you make, or if you make no change at all. Um, so you can't win everybody. You're going to lose some. You're going to gain some. Hopefully, with the new changes, I mean, I'm excited. I'm a new player. Again, like I said, 3 weeks old, and I'm still in it and looking forward to what comes from here on out. But yeah, and thanks to everyone in the panel and to our wonderful mods in the chat. And to those who are participating in chat, thank all of y'all as well.
Nutcracker, your shout outs, please, sir.
Shout out to the panel and shout out to YouTube especially. Thanks for the viewing. I hope you enjoyed it. And shout out to Kickseye, believe it or not.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is a first for me.
I know.
Keep up the good work, is all I'll say.
And Zachary on the side chat says, shout out to the panel on YouTube. Thank you, sir. My shout outs are this. It is just a game. It will always be just a game.
What? It's a game.
A lot of people I've seen lately have taken this way too serious, way too personal. If you don't like what you see, let them know. You know, they can make some changes because, like, what they're doing is this is a month by month basis, and as per the buyout, it's just only going to get better. I mean, it's not like they're trying to sell to cover their losses. No, why would they be bought for $90 million if they were trying to cover their losses? You know, it's only going to get better. Again, when Future and I worked with Big Point and they were bought out, it got better. That's the whole idea of it. That this new company, it just wants to add what we have to their list of games and just help keep the game more in the right direction. I personally think everything's going great at this time. If I were to change anything, it was probably just to make Warpath longer and PvP season shorter. But that's a little bit of wishful thinking there. And I think we're supposed to have trying to think when the event is. Isn't it right on the corner? I think
Yep,
it is.
13th,
Okay.
early.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't plan on doing an event, go ahead, jump into somebody else's sector and have fun there, and make you their event. I don't care, make it fun. And I would have to say shout out to the guy who was in our sector yesterday, who did a copycat name on one of our admins and just it kept everybody confused. It was fun as hell. And shout out, of course, to the panel on YouTube and Storm Chaser. And like and subscribe and have a good evening. And see y'all next time.